The ticker section of the TickerTrends platform is one of the most important sections of the platform, as you can think of this as the heart of TickerTrends, right? The data is going to determine the quality of analysis, and it's going to determine the quality of virtually everything that you're able to achieve with on this platform. Now, how TickerTrends works, and I went over this a little bit in the last video, is that there is a ticker or value associated with every set of data. So let me give you an example. Here we have the stock Garmin, so GRMN, and you can see that when I click on Garmin compared to a different value, then you can see all of the associated data with this specific stock. Now you might be wondering, does it have to be a stock? Well, it actually does not need to be a stock. If I go here to add a ticker value, then I can select different types of tickers. So I can do a stock ticker, cryptocurrency ticker, Forex ticker, or a custom ticker. And basically the purpose of this is you might want to track and analyze different financial values from different sectors, or you could create a custom ticker. And the idea here is you might want to track a specific sector as a whole. So let's say I'm not necessarily looking at any specific car company, but I want to create a custom ticker that is something like car companies like that. So then to the car company's custom ticker, while it won't have any price data, I can add any values that I want to track that are associated with car companies. So then I know that a specific sector is performing very well because I can analyze all of the data associated with that specific sector. So once you save the ticker, then it will have no associated data with it. You then need to add that manually. And you can do that through the add data section. So you can select which ticker you want to add your data to. So for example, Garmin, then I can type a data value like Garmin GPS, and then I can select where I want that data to come from. Now, you might be saying, well, this is going to take a very long time in order to add large quantities of data. So that's why we created the import feature, which is through different Excel spreadsheets that you can then export to a CSV. So if you click this button right here, you see the template spreadsheet button, then this brings you to a template spreadsheet that we've created for you. So here you can see some instructions on how you can use this spreadsheet. But then you see these little tabs down here, and these tabs are examples of data sets that you can create for the platform, or you can just actually add these data sets yourself to the platform if you want. So here, for example, we have an example of a stock data set. So here at the top, you can see the headers, ticker, type, trend, social, website. So you can add your values separated by commas, and you can add as many values as you want for each ticker. So you just need to determine the ticker name, the type. You can do stock, cryptocurrency, anything. Then you put the values separated by commas for trends, for social, for websites, etc., any other data sources that we add in the future. And you can continue to do this for a very, very long list of things. Now, once you've finished your spreadsheet for all of the data that you like, and again, here's an example for cryptocurrency, for example, if I have trend and social data for cryptocurrency tickers. But once I finish my spreadsheet, then you can go to File, Download, and download to CSV. Once I've downloaded it to CSV and I followed the format successfully, then I can go back to the TickerTrends platform and I can drag and drop the file to the import section, or I can select it from my computer, click import. There will be a progress bar for the import over time. Again, if you are importing a very, very large set of data, it can take a little bit of time. It's not going to be instant in a couple of seconds. If you're adding thousands and thousands of data points, then we need to scrape those from different APIs and get it from different sources. So it takes a little while, but you will see it added to your account over time. Then you can go ahead and click save and you will have data added. So you can see here I already have some data added. Each of these are tickers with a bunch of different values associated with them. Some of them are empty, and that just means that I haven't added any data to them. But here you can see other examples of tickers with that associated data. Now, as I was mentioning before, the data is really, really important, because whenever you're going to synthesize this data, whenever you're going to analyze this data, whatever data you have added to your platform is the value that you're going to get out of it, right? So we're going to provide you with some starting data, and that's extremely helpful. But at the same time, depending on your needs, depending on what you're looking to get out of the platform, the type of data that you're going to want to add is going to vary. If you're doing market analysis for cryptocurrencies, then something like this cryptocurrency spreadsheet can be very helpful to you. And also, you need to think about what type of data you want to add. Because for cryptocurrency, for example, in my personal experience, Twitter or social values perform much better than something like websites, because a majority of the time when people are going to be talking about cryptocurrency or when a project's going to announce a new feature to the cryptocurrency, it's going to be talked about and covered more on Twitter than it would be on their personal website or than it would be on Google. People are not really going to be searching the cryptocurrency too much on Google, but they might be talking about it a lot on Twitter. So that's just an example. You need to think about, for the thing that I'm trying to analyze, what's the most successful data source that I can add data for? And then once you've identified that data source based on the ones that we provide, then you need to think about, well, what values are people going to be saying? So for example, with cryptocurrency, as I mentioned before, since social values perform very well, something that we've done in the example spreadsheet is you can see here that, for example, the BNB token, people might be talking about Binance on Twitter, or they might be talking about the ticker itself. And on Twitter, it's very popular to have the ticker with a little dollar sign in front of it in order to identify that it's a ticker. So you can actually track that. You can track the frequency of the people that are talking about a specific cryptocurrency based on that little ticker, so little dollar sign BNB. And then that can be very, very helpful in tracking the interest in that cryptocurrency and potentially identifying different things down the line. So maybe they're about to launch a new feature. All of a sudden, the amount of people talking about it spikes up. You can then see that on the TickerTrends platform, go to Twitter, look at Binance, see what people are talking about, and then say, wow, actually there's a huge feature that they're about to launch. This hasn't been correctly priced into the market. I'm gonna buy some. Or there's a ton of interest going up on the Binance token, and it really hasn't gone up that much yet, but there's a ton of interest shifting towards it, so maybe I should start to accumulate some. Those are some of the thought processes that you can have, and those are also the things that you need to think about when you're adding your data and when you're creating your data sets for the data that you're going to add to the TickerTrends platform. So data is super, super important, and we'll try to give you as many resources as possible to get successful data sets. We're going to provide you with template data sets. We're going to give you resources to find data sets. In the future, I'm sure we're also going to have group chats where you can share your data sets with other people on the platform. So if you have a really, really good data set for cryptocurrency or for stocks, then you can share that with the TickerTrends community. They can import it into their account and then they can track it as well. And remember that we also have the popular page where you can see what type of data other people are adding to their account. So then you can get inspiration for that and add it to your own account as well. But that's basically everything that's on the Tickers page. Again, this is super important. We're going to have a tips and tricks video for data in the future. But for now, this is all for this episode.